I'm Kelly Laubenheimer with LPT Realty, and today I have Alyssa White with me here with Alltech National Title.
Hi, I'm Alyssa White. I'm with Alltech National Title, and I am a settlement agent licensed in Virginia, Maryland, and DC. Our main office is located in Fairfax. We have offices throughout Virginia, Maryland, and DC. We're actually a national title company, so we have office spaces and a variety of flexible closing options for our clients. Cash purchasers can sign by e-notary. Sellers, majority of the time, can sign by an e-notary. Purchasers that are acquiring a loan are required to sign their documents wet signature, so we'll have to meet with them in person. But we do try to make that as flexible as possible, and we do offer mobile closing. So a lot of the time when you're doing your walkthrough, we'll just meet you right after your walkthrough and we can sign the papers right there on the kitchen island.
Alyssa, can you tell us what role the title company plays in the real estate transaction?
The title agent is actually a neutral party in the real estate transaction, transferring title from the owner to the purchaser and making sure that the transfer of ownership is clean. So one of the first things we do is a title search, and we hire an abstractor, and they actually go out and they search the land records, and they're looking for who owns the title and who owned the title before and who owned the title before that. And they go back 60 years to make sure that the title is transferred from owner to owner properly, and that all the liens that are attached along the way are removed, and that there's nothing there that's going to interfere with your ownership.
What are the main types of fraud we see in real estate transactions?
Impersonation fraud, where somebody actually impersonates somebody else and signs documents and maybe even shows a false ID to say that they're somebody they're not. One of the most common fraudulent things we see going on these days is wire fraud, and that's where somebody's trying to intercept the wires being sent either from the lenders to us, from us to the sellers, or anywhere in between.
Should we ever send personal information through email to a title company?
No, absolutely not, Kelly. We never want to send any wire information through email. Qualia is our secure platform, and when a seller receives their notification to go in and input their data, one of the questions they're going to be asked is, what is their wire information? And when they input that information into our system is actually integrated with an outside platform that will verify that that is legitimate wire information, so that we know we are sending the information to a legitimate account.
Would a title agent protect, say, like somebody selling property that's not theirs? Like, could I go and sell a parcel of land? That's something I've seen in the news, where someone sells land that's not necessarily theirs and pretends to be the owner. Would a title agent protect you from that?
You want to make sure you purchase an owner's policy, because that's what's really going to protect you from anything that we can't find at the time of closing or before closing, in order to make sure your transaction closes seamlessly.
What red flag should a buyer look out for when entering a real estate transaction to protect themselves?
The number one first thing you want to be careful about is the email and the emails you're receiving. If you just highlight or hover over who the sender is, sometimes you'll see that the email address is not really who the sender is. And also, if there's typos, you'll find that, it's not proper English, or there's typos in those emails where there's a fraudulent person trying to intercept.
What are some red flags a seller should be aware of or looking for in a real estate transaction, and how can they protect themselves from that?
The most important part to the seller is their proceeds. They want their money, and we want to make sure they get their money. So make sure you log into Qualia when you're working with me. Input your data into Qualia, your wire information into Qualia. That way we can verify that your bank information is correct and that your funds are going to end up in your bank account.
Alyssa, thank you so much for being with us today. I think you've opened up our eyes to a little bit more of the real estate transaction and what goes into the behind the scenes part of it. I'm so excited that you and I work together on our transactions, and I look forward to doing a lot more with you and helping our clients go to closing with a clean title.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you.